He uttered a roar of fright that made Lucrezia drop a plate and brought Rosa out from beneath the table, barking wildly. When the insect, scorpion, was creeping at the hands of Larry, then he shouted, he uttered a roar of fright, he was very frightened, and then when he shouted, he screamed. That time Lucrezia dropped the plate. One plate was in her hand, that fell down, and Rosa also, when he was eating his food, he was feeding, that time he came out of the table, he started barking wildly. With a flick of his hand, Larry sent the unfortunate scorpion flying down the table, and she landed midway between Margot and Leslie, scattering babies like confetti as she thumped on the cloth. Now, this Larry, as the animal was creeping on the hand, then he tried to remove the scorpion, and this unfortunate, unlucky scorpion with its baby, they landed on the table, and they landed between the Margot and Leslie. When they were having their meal, they fell down, this animal and the creatures fell on the table. And babies were scattered like confetti, that like the pieces, all the babies were scattered. Thoroughly enraged at this treatment, the creatures sped towards Leslie. When this has happened, this female Scorpio was very angry, and her sting quivering with emotion, and her sting was shivering up. Leslie leapt to his feet, overturning his chair, and flicked out desperately with his napkin, sending the scorpion rolling across the floor towards Margot. Now Leslie leapt to his feet. He just stood up, and then he tried to move the scorpion towards the other direction, towards Margot, who promptly let out a scream that any railway engine would have been proud to produce. Now, when this animal was blown or moved away by Leslie with the help of cloth, he has tried to roll the scorpion towards Margot. Then Margot's sister, she screamed as loud like a railway engine, and mother, completely bewildered by this sudden and rapid change from peace to chaos, put on her glasses and peered down the table to see what was causing the pandemonium. And at that moment, Margot, in a vain attempt to stop the scorpion's advance, hurled a glass of water at it. When this has happened, mother was also confused what is happening in the room, and by this change, earlier when they were having their meal, there was a peace, and then it was changed into chaos, and put on her glasses. Actually, scorpion was not visible to mother, and then she put on her glasses to see what is happening. Actually, she looked down the table, and what is causing chaos. That time Margot, what she did, she brought as the scorpion were moving, scorpion and the babies were a little bit moving towards Margot's. That time Margot, as she was in fear, she tried to avoid it. She brought a glass of water and she poured it on it. She tried to pour on scorpion. The shower missed the animal completely, but what had happened? The shower had missed the animal but successfully drenched mother. But water it was poured on mother, who was sitting there. Not being able to stand cold water, she promptly lost her breath and sat gasping at the end of the table, unable even to protest. Now mother could not bear that cold water, and she lost her breath. She started gasping, taking a long breath, and she was unable to even speak, and she was not able to protest what is happening and what is going on, and she could not say anything there. The scorpion had now gone to under Leslie's plate, and this, when the water was thrown, that time when it wet the mother, till that time the scorpion moved under the Leslie's plate. while her babies swarmed wildly all over the table, and the babies were floating on the table. Roger, mystified by the panic but determined to do his share, ran round and round the room and barking hysterically. But here the dog, every time you can notice whenever something happens, dogs also start barking. Roger, mystified by the panic but determined to do his share, ran round and round the room barking hysterically. Now when Roger was confused by this panic, what was causing in the room, but as an animal it has to do its share. Dog used to bark every time. It also wanted to do its share and started barking in the room continuously, and like a mad the dog was barking in the room, and there was already chaos, and dog has also started. It's that mischievous voice, Jerry, bellowed Larry. Larry screamed. He said, it's only this boy Jerry, means Jerry has brought this scorpion and the babies. Look out, they are coming, screamed Margot. Margot also noticed when these creatures, babies, were moving on the table. Then Margot screamed, look out, they are coming. All we need is a book, roared Leslie. Don't panic, hit them with the book. And Leslie he shouted that we need a book. Actually, they wanted to throw that book on the creatures so that they will die. What's on earth the matter with you all? Mother kept asking, mopping her glasses. A mother was not able to see the creatures. That's why she was continuously asking. She kept on asking, what's on earth the matter with you all? Means what is going on in the room? And she was trying to look. It's that naughty boy, he will kill the lot of us. Look at the table, knee deep in scorpions. Then someone said, it's that naughty boy. Maybe Larry says that Jerry has brought, this naughty boy has only brought this animal and he's going to kill everybody. And knee deep in scorpion means there were so many scorpions on the table, and they started moving. You are worse than a dog, shut up, Roger. And then as Roger was also barking, then someone shouted, you are worse than a dog, means it is continuously barking there. By the grace of God, I wasn't bitten. Here the narrator says, it was not bitten. By the grace of God, look out there. And then one quick, someone said, look out there, someone is moving, means one by one, many scorpions were visible on the table. But how did the scorpions get on the table, dear? Then it was asked, by how these scorpions reached on the table. That boy, every matchbox in the house is a death trap. Now someone said every matchbox in the house is a death trap. Maybe every matchbox is having scorpions in that box, and they are afraid of the matchbox. Look out, it's coming towards me. Quick, do something. And brothers and sisters, they were in panic and they started do something to kill these scorpions, otherwise they will bite her. Hit it with your knife, go on, hit it. And they tried to hit these scorpions, they tried to kill it. By the time a certain amount of order has been restored, but little bit after some time, little bit order was maintained, all the baby scorpions had hidden themselves under various plates and bits of cutlery. These babies and scorpions, they have hidden under the plates, while the family, still shimmering with rage and rage and fright, retired to the drawing room. And the family members, they are afraid of the scorpions, and they moved. They were very angry and they went to their rooms. They were frightened. I spent half an hour rounding up the babies, picking them up in a teaspoon, and narrator tried to collect up all the babies, means rounding on with the help of a spoon. He tried to collect all the babies with the spoon, returning them to their mother's back. He tried to keep all these babies on the mother's back. Then I carried them outside on a saucer, and on a plate on a saucer he kept the scorpion and its babies. With the utmost reluctance, released them on the garden wall. But he was not willing to actually leave this animal and the babies. He was willing to keep this animal, but he was afraid of the family members. He has to leave all these animals on the garden wall. though he was willing to keep it, but he has left the animals on the garden. Got it? Now your chapter is over. I think you must have got it.